Guys, this might be my last video. I highly recommend Naps because I thought of a game named Kingdom. So here's the basic tech stack I'm going to use. PocketBase, of course, it's hosted on PocketHost. It's going to use PocketPages. And then I'm also going to use Tailwind and DaisyUI. So super briefly, let's see what the game looks like. All right, so we're going to start with a grid, and you'll have some money, and you'll have some hit points. So here's how it works. You can occupy any unoccupied square. You spend $1, you make 1 defense point, and now you have 1 hit point on the board. Maybe you do it 3 more times, and board state now looks like that. Now, if you click on one of these again, it'll fortify that spot and it'll add another hit point to it. So now you have 5 hit points on the board. Maybe up at the very top, we have a status bar going down. You have this much time to set up the game board. Now, here's the real-time aspect of it. While you're doing this, other people are setting up theirs too. Here's the trick. If you have a neighbor, including adjacent neighbors, you are vulnerable. And at the end of the round, this one would be gone, and this one would be 3, and this one would be gone. It selects the cells in random order, so you don't know which cells are going to affect which cells first. Then it would randomly select this one versus this one. This one would lose, it would go away, this one would come down to a 2, and then it would do this one versus this one would go away, and this one would go down to a 1, and then that would be the beginning of the new round. At the beginning of the new round, this would reset to 100, and you'd be left with 2 hit points on the board. So with that, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is go to PocketHost.io. I'm going to create a new instance, and I'm going to call it Kingdom. Cool, I have Kingdom available. Now, PocketHost costs a little money. You don't have to use it. You could self-host it, but I'm telling you guys, you are going to save a lot of time by just jumping on PocketHost because then it's live and you don't have to worry about anything. Next, we need to install PocketPages. But because we're using DaisyUI and Tailwind, we're not going to use the default starter kit. We're going to use a special starter kit called DaisyUI. Go into the instructions for it, copy that first line, and let's do it. Paste it in, name the directory Kingdom. It clones the starter kit. Let's open it up in Cursor. Install dependencies. And finally, link the remote project on PocketHost to the local project here. Now we're going to start 3 different terminals just to make it easy. In the first terminal, we start the Tailwind build. In the second terminal, we start FioDev to make sure that we're syncing with the remote PocketHost instance. And finally, let's view the live server logs. So if we go check it out, look at that, here we are. Now, come on, that's about as easy as you can make it. We've got a web app that's live on the internet right now. Let's quickly make a splash placeholder, resize it, and then save it as WebP. We'll replace the whole homepage with it. And then for asset cache busting, we'll wrap it in the asset tag. When we add the asset fingerprinting function, you'll notice that fingerprints are added to the assets. We add asset fingerprinting to assist with global CDN caching of assets. Let's go back in and clean the rest of this up. So let's change the theme to black, get rid of pretty much everything in the body. Oh, that's beautiful. And let's add a play button. Now, when we click this play button, goes to a 404, so let's add the play page. There we go, so I created a play directory with a play page in it. Look how easy that is. Let's add a progress bar to it. There, that looks pretty nice. Add some coins and health placeholders. Cool, and then let's put a little grid down here and see how that looks. So that's the beginning of our web game. We created a PocketHost instance, pulled a Pocket Page starter, and customized it to our basic look and feel. Below, you'll find all the links to PocketHost, PocketPages, and the GitHub repo for the very first version of Kingdom.